going? I look like a mess. I feel like a mess. But I thought I'd just check in with you and be super real with you guys. I've had the most unbelievably crazy few weeks. You guys know that I've been away for a lot of it, and I'm just feeling completely shattered. And someone at one of the conferences gave me a little post-it note, and it said, take God out for coffee, he wants to chat with you, spend some time with him. And I've just been at a staff meeting with the lovely Howard and Wendy, and they were also talking about the Sabbath day and how it's super important to rest. So I'm breaking up the day, I've come to Costa, so I just want to encourage you guys as well, if you're ever just feeling completely, I was going to say zapped out, is that a thing? Just spend some time with God and just let him give you some energy.
Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed about this. Hey guys, welcome back. Today you're going to be gate crashing a date with myself and God, which is something that I have been doing for maybe like the past 6 weeks. So once a week I take God out for a coffee and we sit and we chat and hang out. And it's just a really cool way to devote time to him, and I found it to be a massive blessing, so I'm going to take you along for the ride and just show you what happens. That nearly killed me. They didn't mix in all of the syrup at the bottom, so I just got a straight shot of caramel. Sorry about the horrible angle. It's not like I can do. Why is it moving? Why is it falling? Why is the angle getting higher? Okay, you want to stay there? Well, no. Great, you're currently being bounced on an ashtray, hope you don't mind. So I'm sat outside because I'm far too embarrassed to talk openly to a camera inside. We're at Cafe Nero today. Not my fave. I'm way more loyal to Costa. But sometimes just gotta lump it. Sorry Nero, please sponsor me. Lol, that never happened. Great, I wore my big jacket because I knew. Wait, there's something in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that horrible fringe. That's why she grew the fringe out. Cool, so the first thing I do before anything else is I set an alarm. So as I was trying to explain earlier, but I got too embarrassed, I always make sure that I have an hour with God. So if I'm a little bit late, I start the hour earlier, and on my journey, whether I'm in the car, on the bus, walking, whatever, I start at the hour, talk to God, tell him what's up. But what I do with friends as well is that I always set an alarm on my iPad mini. I don't know why that's important, about when I need to go, so I'm not constantly clock watching. But I forgot to do that with today, and you are resting on my iPad mini, so we're just going to go by the Alcatel Pixie. Oh, I have a text. So I bring my notebook along and a pen, and I always make sure it's a nice inky pen, because what is the point in going out and using a nice notebook if you're not going to use a nice pen? I just think biros are so boring. Do you guys agree? But this is an interesting page, Time with God. So most of this is just notes from a conference that I went on in January. But then by the time I got to February, I decided to split it into two. So one page, this says, what the good Lord has been saying and what I've been a-wondering, and this little angel. And then on a separate page, this page is actually way bigger, what I've been learning about myself. So basically I just sit with God, I bring earphones, and I just mull over what's going on in my life. So first, when I was just doing what the good Lord has been saying, I just wrote anything in my life that has significance now that I'm thinking about that has something to do with God. So sometimes that's big questions, sometimes it's things that I've learned, ways that God is blessing me, things I'm thankful for, or things I need to do. So this is 4 hours of the days with God. And then last month I introduced what I've been learning about myself, which I think a lot of people would maybe discourage, because they're like, why are you spending time with God just thinking about yourself? But frankly, this is personal time with God. in some ways I would say I get more out of this because like we don't know God in the same way that we know ourselves. It's very different, so it can be hard to think in the realms of God. So I find that thinking about myself as well can actually bring out stuff about God that I didn't realise, or it brings out stuff in me that obviously links to God. So for example, my brain will always wander off and create imaginary conversations. I meant to just smile back at that old man, but I think I was raising my eyebrows. You seem like a nice man. I will create imaginary conversations and dramas in my head. In reality, if those things were to actually happen, they would probably happen with about 1% of the drama that I imagine them to have. Because I'm a Christian and God affects my life in every way, I apply it to God by thinking, okay, well, is what I'm doing honouring to God? Do I need to give over to Him? Do I need to ask Him to help me, change me better? Every time I catch myself doing that, I just tell myself out loud, no, it's not real, and I try to stop what I'm doing. Even if I'm kind of enjoying it, I just say, no, it's not real. So I just write it all down, and I just give it to God, and I just invite God into this hour-long slot just to be present with me, and for Him to reveal stuff to me. Like, it's not just me coming out here and just writing down all my thoughts. It's also like, I think God helps me process my thoughts, and He reveals stuff to me through what I'm writing. Just write it down, and then at the end of each month I go back and just review it and just see if I've learned anything. So the thing to take away from this is it's not like you go out for a coffee, spend an hour with God, and that's it, you're done for the week. It's just, oh my gosh, I just forget to exhale sometimes. It's just about doing something different, spend time with God. Like, there's just a pressure that every morning you have to wake up and read your Bible for 10 minutes, and if you don't do that, you're not spending time with God. The point is to challenge that, because we can spend time with God in so many different ways. And I really struggle with reading the Bible every day. I hate reading anyway. Like, I could probably list to you up to 5 books that I've read cover to cover in my lifetime. I hate reading. And I'm not saying I don't read the Bible. I do, but I would way prefer to sit down and spend like an hour going through it, having a notebook, drawing pictures, or listening to a sermon, watching a YouTube video. I just learn in a different way. I just feel so refreshed. Because it's like, with reading the Bible, a lot of the time you're taking information in, but going out on a date with God and writing stuff down, you're processing information that you already have and you're getting it out. And they're both really spiritual experiences. They're both really honouring to spend time with God in that way. So I hope you've enjoyed and have a blessed week. See ya.